Happy Friday! We are back for another amazing adventure in whatever, we don't know. I don't know how it's going to go, but it's going to be fun either way. So, I want to say thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. Now, I know a lot of you have been sick. I know there's bugs going around. Seems like every time I turn around, somebody's getting sick or injured or something. So, to start this Friday out, I want to send out some quick get well soon wishes to everybody out there. Sheree, I hope you get feeling better. I know she's got the flu. Rose and Cyril, I know you guys have had that bug going around your house, and yeah, hope you get feeling better as soon as possible. So, also, one more good wish. I know Hope Giver, I know you're going in for cataract surgery on Thursday, so I hope it goes well, and I will be here if you need anything, Mom. Love you, dear. All right, so are we ready to get this party started? Okay, now as you know, on Fridays, mi casa is su casa. So, leave your shoes at the door, fix yourself a drink, better yet, make it two, because we never know what's going to happen here. And there's always snacks galore, and tonight we have the Idaho Spud Bar and Blackberry Gems, both from Idaho Candy Company. Now, if you haven't checked them out, man, I highly recommend it. They have been in business since 1905, making the same candies in the exact same building for over 100 years. That's pretty impressive. And these are definitely one of my favorites, especially being from Idaho. So, I know daylight savings time is screwing people up a little bit. Huckleberry Jams. What did I say? Did I say jams? I probably said it wrong. Thanks a lot, Angel. Yeah, can't get anything right tonight. This is what happens when I'm unsupervised. But I know daylight savings time just happened, and I'm sure a lot of people are really confused on the schedule. I said blackberry? Wow, okay. Huckleberry. Thank you. It's huckleberry, not blackberry. I stand corrected. Oh, I saw they do have some blackberry stuff. I don't remember what it was called, though. Yeah. Good stuff. Anyway, so some of you may be showing up late, and if so, great. This is being recorded, going out to everywhere, whether you're on Twitter, you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram. All of you want to say, hey, thanks for tuning in tonight. Now, of course, as we always do on Friday, we want to get some update on the crypto space. So, first thing I want to tell you about, guys, is the Crank mining software. Now, if you've been running a Crank multi-mining for a while, then you have probably already seen that there has been some updates. And I'm going to go through a few of these real quick just to bring you up to speed and let you know those licenses are still pulling in some great cash opportunity. Even though the Crank token is down right now, but remember, it did just get bridged over to Solana, so the Crank team is working hard. But all these different opportunities you hear... Words, they're easy for me. All of these different projects here, you can mine with one single device. And I've done several videos on this. Definitely go back, check out the channel, find out how you can take your Helium device and turn it into a multi-mining machine. But a few quick updates running through these. So Anyone is just releasing an Anyone router. Now Helium Deploy is starting to ship them out today. So if you did place an order for those, then, or no, it's start ordering today. Ordering and shipping out. One of the two. I don't remember which. But I know you can get them on Helium Deploy if that's something you're interested in. Also, a little tidbit is if you are running the Anyone passive income through the Helium dashboard, you have to stake 100 Helium tokens. Or not Helium. It's going to be a long night. 100 Anyone tokens. Now, the trick is, when we first found out about this several months ago, those tokens were $2.80 a piece. Right now, with the way the market's been going, they're down like dirt cheap. We're talking like 27 to 32 cents, depending on when you buy it. So I picked up a couple hundred of them for like $60. It was great. That way I know two of my nodes are up and earning now because I have those Anyone tokens. So right now, as the markets are down, this is when you can get the best deals like we keep talking about. So if you haven't already, you might think about going out, picking up your Anyone tokens that you need to earn that passive income. Okay, so now some of the new projects on here is BitPing. Yeah, that's a new one out there that we can earn from. BlockMesh, Brinks AI, we've already done. Checker Node. Now that isn't actually new, but it is the Filecoin station. So you're still earning Filecoins, they just changed the name of it on the dashboard. Okay, so don't worry about that. If you've got it installed, you're good to go. Now, Chromium, that is a brand new project that's listed on the Crank dashboard. Definitely go in, read about it, check it out. Another one is Cyberfly. Yeah, another one I haven't even installed yet because I haven't done my research yet. I always say, don't listen to me, don't listen to anybody else. Do your own research and decide if it's right for you. And yeah, words are hard today. Thank you. Oh, wow. Words are very hard for you tonight. They are. It's going to be one of those nights. I can already tell. Good thing I won't be unsupervised for long. I just got to get through this, and then we'll get the party started on the crazy content for tonight. But Okay, now Flex Time, we talked about them a few weeks ago. Still up and earning, doing great. Functor, Grass, Helium, Minima, Honeygain, Mysterium, those are all standard that we've been earning on for a while now. Now, I can tell you, just from Honeygain alone, I've already cashed out over $40 straight in BNB. So it is absolutely a great way to earn some passive income from all these different opportunities. So, hit a total brick wall. Do you see how this is going already? I can see how this is going to go. So if you haven't looked into getting a Crank license so you can do multi-mining, and I can tell you, I've already paid for at least 2 licenses out of just the price of 1. So for me personally, it's a great deal, but definitely do your research and decide. Okay, another new one is Neutronex. Once again, I have not done my research yet, so I haven't installed it, but there is a new project out there. PawnZap, PiFi, Presearch, Prepocket, Streamer, and Teneo are all ones we've been earning. Now, you might notice that a few of these I have turned off, like Teneo. Well, that's because I was actually hitting the limit of my Helium miner, how much I could actually run without starting to bog down a little bit. But instead, I started a whole new project, which I'll tell you about here in just a couple minutes. But that is why they're turned off. I'm still earning on them, make no mistake. I'm just using a different device to do it. Now, last one is Wingbits. Now, I know I told you guys a while back about the geosigners. Okay, if you got into Wingbits early like me, then you probably got your geosigner by now. And officially, you have to sync up your geosigner to get it start earning. So to do that in the Crank dashboard, what you have to do is reinstall the Wingbits app. Okay, it's really simple. Go in and just right-click on Wingbits, tell it to reinstall it, fill in your latitude, your longitude, your elevation, and then it'll reinstall it, and that will sync up your geosigner GPS sensor. Okay, but I can tell you that if you don't go through that process, you will stop earning Wingbits. Now, if I remember right, that happens today, where you absolutely have to do that. So if you don't have your geosigner or you haven't gone through that process, definitely reach out to the team, find out what's going on. Now, if you're running a Winbix dedicated miner that you bought separately from that's not plugged in your Helium miner, you don't have to go through that process. This is only if you're multi-mining through the Crank dashboard. Okay, so that brings us up to speed on the Crank network. Does anybody have any questions that I can try to answer if I don't screw the words up before I keep rolling on? And it says, you said Blackberry. Yeah, I was getting made fun of because I was messing things up left and right. And actually, that's it's kind of funny part because that's one of the reasons we chose tonight's topic is because I have been messing things up. How do they go together? Well, stay tuned and I'll let you know. Okay, so the next thing I want to tell you about is Rainmaker. Now, we just had the moon drop, and I want to pull that slide up for you guys. I lost it. That's right, I was doing something else. That was stupid. Okay, Rainmaker, we got to talk about them. Now, I've been telling you guys about Rainmaker for a while now. Okay, now every 30 days, they do what's called a moon drop, which is depending on how much validator traffic you push through, how many tokens you have burnt, how is your activity in the process, decides how many tokens you're going to get. Now, remember, the coin token is still pre-TGE. Okay, it hasn't actually dropped yet, but we can collect them, and it gives us a value of about 20 cents per coin. Now, to give you an idea, from the last moon drop, I just received 2,782 tokens. Now, if you count that at 20 cents a token, 2782 times 0.2, so $556. That's for 30 days of running a Rainmaker node. But I've also gotten validator rewards every 30 minutes because I'm running a validator node, which didn't cost anything. Everything in Rainmaker is totally free. So that gives me a grand total of 4,115 tokens I earned over the last 30 days for a value of $823. It's not bad. Now, here's where you need to do your own research and do your own calculations, because I'm still puzzling this out. Now, I can tell you that at the start of last month, I burnt every token I had. Okay, everything I'd earned so far, I went in and burnt so I could get my multiplier for my economic score to give me a higher validator return every 30 minutes. So I went through and did the math. So I did my initial burn for 3,075 tokens. Then I did the last chunk of coins I had for 1,968 tokens. Okay, that was all the coins I had. But then over the next week, while I could still get a double multiplier on my burn status, I burnt 369 tokens twice. Okay, that gave me a total burn of 5,781 tokens. Now, over the course of the month from my validator, coupled with the moon drop, I received 4,853. Okay. Now remember, I know the math looks weird compared to my 4,115. But remember, some of these tokens I did burn right here, 369 twice. So I've got to add those into my earned. So what I found is I burnt more than I actually earned over the last 30 days. But here's the long game, is I know that raised my validator score. That means I'm going to get a little bit more every 30 minutes forever, because my validator score decides how much of the pool that I'm earning. So the higher validator score is much more of a long-term play. Now, if you're going for a short-term play, maybe you don't want to burn all your tokens. Maybe you want to burn 20% or 30%, and then hold on to the other, 40, 60, 70, whatever percentage you want. Find a balance that's comfortable for you. I wanted to run a test and see, is it more lucrative to burn them all, and are you going to make them back in the next month, or it's going to take a few months to get those back? And I can tell you right here by the numbers, it's going to take you a few months to get them back. So if you're in it for a quick cash grab, great, do it. Man, it's totally free. But if you're looking for the long game and you really want a nice, steady passive income, I would highly recommend looking at burning a certain amount of tokens to raise your economic score. It's going to help you out there. So I wanted to give you guys this breakdown. So if you have any questions on this, let me know. Because, I've been running this for a few months, trying to find the perfect balance. Still not sure I found it. I'm still playing with different things. This one, I might only burn maybe half the coins and then find out what it does next month. I want to find that perfect return where I'm keeping some of the tokens I was burning and I'm earning even more than I was before. So if you find that balance and you know about it, let me know. And let's see. And yes, to answer your question, Wild Angel, I did hit go live. Yay me. One thing I did not break. It's Friday. What do you expect, man? It's been a crazy week, guys. I got to tell you, I have been not feeling right, and everybody around us has either been sick or just off. And Wild Angel fell down and messed herself up in Denver, so she's got this cute, sexy boot. We'll make fun of her here in a minute about that. But yes, thank you for reminding me. I did hit go live. Okay, so any questions on Rainmaker before I keep on trucking? No questions. Anybody? Is anybody out there? I don't know. I hope so. If not, I hope you're watching the recording and you're enjoying the craziness and me talking to myself and messing up everything I've said so far. Okay, so next thing is, I know a lot of you have been worried about helium. Now, we know that Helium just partnered with Movistat, I forget the name of it, a cell phone company in Mexico. And a lot of you were really worried about the returns of your hotspots, thinking, oh man, now we've got this whole other country and these thousands of other hotspots, and our rewards are going to suck. We're not going to make nothing. So I wanted to share with you exactly what I'm making here at my house over the last 30 days. Okay, so this is a full breakdown of the two hotspots I'm running. So the Skinny Ceramic Bat is an indoor hotspot that's literally right outside the door in my hallway. And the Howling Ivory Elk is mounted up on top of the mast, about 18 feet above my house, as an exterior. Okay, so I've done videos on both of these, setting them up, even how to make your mast for under $20. So definitely go check those out. But I can tell you, over the last 30 days, with 5 of us in the house having a cell phone running Helium Plan, that I've made a total of 56.42 Helium tokens. Okay, now as you can see, right here's the map of my neighborhood, guys. This is just straight up. There's my two hotspots. Now, that turns in at $277 per HNT right now, with the markets being total crap like they are. I still made $156 in the last 30 days on my two hotspots. So if you start looking at ROI, well, the indoors $250, the outdoors $500, so $750 divided by 156 divided by 156 means an ROI in 4.8 months. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. So less than 5 months would be an ROI, even with the token prices as bad as they are. But I will warn you, it does require you to operate Helium cell phones in your area, or make sure you're in a public area like a cafe, a restaurant, a store, a sporting event center, someplace that has a lot of cell phone activity to get that kind of return. Now, if you're running one of those in a big public area, you're probably making a lot more than our measly 5 cell phones here. But even if you've got a big family like I do, and you want to switch over to Helium Mobile, you want to know, is it actually worth it to get a hotspot? There you go. There's the actual average of what we made over the last 30 days. So, let's see. Any questions on that so far? It's so weird. You guys are so quiet, and I know I'm recording this, so you're going to be watching it later. But usually by now, people are making fun of me in the audience. So, Wild Angel, I'm glad you're here. I'm here. Yes, thank you, dear. I am glad you're here because I feel kind of lonely all by myself. That's okay. I got my bear. See, me and my bear, we're going to do the show. Right, bear? Yeah. Get him. See, he's a pilot. So, I always have company in my office here. That way, I don't know what that was, but I dropped it. Oops. CK the Ghost, how you doing, buddy? Glad you're here. I was really starting to think I was talking to just Wild Angels, so thank you. Just throw that anywhere. Yeah, it's okay. Here, we'll say too. Yeah, it's fine. We already talked about that. It can go away. Good man. Yeah, we gotta have fun, brother. Hey, we're here. I always made you guys a promise. I would be here every Friday if I could, just to let you know you're not alone in this world. Because, man, a lot of us out there, we feel alone. We feel confused. It's like, the world's against me and I'm on my own. Well, you're not. That's why I'm here every single Friday to let you know you're not alone. We're all fighting this battle. We're all trying to figure out these numbers, and we're all trying to get ahead, especially in the craziness going on in the markets right now. It's a little more challenging than we thought. But that's why I want to give you the actual facts of what I'm earning so you can see, is it profitable or is it a right investment for you? As always, don't listen to me. Don't listen to anybody else. Do your own research and decide if it's right for you. All I can do is give you my experiences, and hopefully you can learn from it. Okay, so any questions on the helium here? By the way, one other tangent. If you are earning, back up 3 steps. If you signed up people for the referral and you did it at the point in time you were going to get mobile tokens before they did the changeover, you're still getting mobile tokens. So make sure to go into your wallet on your app and search and find out if you have mobile tokens, because they won't automatically show unless you go into the wallet feature. So I go in about every week or so and realize, hey, I got another $10 for a referral that I had 3 months ago. So check that out. You can always transfer the mobile out to your Phantom wallet, do an exchange over to H&T or so on, or whatever you want. Or, wow, hit a roadblock. Or you can also pay your cell phone still with mobile tokens. That's still a possibility. So, I think that covers the helium world. No questions coming in? Come on. Any questions? Somebody. Is there any question? No? Okay. Let's keep rolling around. I want to get through this stuff so we can go have some real fun. Okay, so, okay. Next thing. Now, this is where a lot of you who are not here live might really be disappointed, because I'm going to tell you about a hidden giveaway out there to win a $1,000 passive income device. Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So let me bring it up here real quick. Is that the right one? Yeah, it's close to the right one. No, I lost it. Okay, that's fine. I can bring it up real fast. Give me 1 second here. I do apologize. Now, I told you guys that when I was in Denver, I got to talk to the Deep team for the Deep Network. Now, I was thoroughly impressed with this guy, and I am seriously working on saving up or finding a way to earn a Deep device, okay? But they're $1,100. Now, they're on sale from their $1,354, I believe it is, for just a little while longer. So, if it is something that you want to get into, or you're looking to get a good deal on a Deep End device, this is one that I am actually really excited about, and I'm going to run. Especially since after digging into it, I found it's expandable, where I could put more. Wow. Might swing by. Okay. I need to mute. Sorry, my Discord's going ping, 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 ping. That's still one out there. This is one that I've been really excited about. I got to talk to the team. I love the fact that it's expandable and that they're only selling so many devices based off the workload. So it's not like we saw in Helium or a lot of those projects where they're just going to sell 100,000 devices, throw them out there, and it's like, well, what's it going to do? It's like, we don't know. We got to figure that out. This team is doing exactly the opposite. They make the workloads, figure out how many devices can handle that workload, and that's how many they sell. So I've been really excited about that. But here's where the super secret, exciting thing, and if you don't want to share it with anybody, I don't blame you. But they are giving away a Deep device. That's right. It's really simple. You don't have to do anything special. I'm going to put this link right here in the chat right now, so you can go out and sign up for it as we're sitting here having fun talking. Okay, so to enter the raffle, simply click Enter Raffle. From there, fill out your name, your email address, Twitter handle, Discord handle, and submit. The only thing you have to do from there is make sure to follow them on Twitter and join the Discord. Okay? That's it. That's all it takes. And that way you could win your own deep device. Now, I have been talking to a couple members of the team, and I'm hoping to do an AMA with them here the next week or so. Because I've got a few questions I'd love to find out, and I don't think anybody's digging as deep as they need to on this hardware or on the roadmap. So I really want to get them in here and get some answers for you guys. But if you want to sign up for the raffle, the link is right there in the chat. I highly recommend go sign up for it because it's running until I believe it's next week is when the raffle occurs. So, okay. Any questions on that so far? You guys all lost or you asleep? Like, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I don't know either. Some people ask me, why am I so excited about the Deep? I've got to say, the one thing I really, really liked about them, especially after getting the Aether Edge back here, and I will put that on the Jumbotron so you guys can see. So I got the Aether Edge, which is great. And what did I do? One of the first things? I tore it apart. Yeah, I did. I absolutely tore it apart. I want to know, is it expandable? Can I do anything to it? Is there any way I can modify it to give it more capacity, more computing power, anything? There's not. There are no slots, no places I can expand the RAM. There's no place I can plug it in NVMe. None of that in the Aether Edge. That's one of the downsides. I still think it's a great device, and I'm really happy to be earning with it and putting out that computing power. But the one thing that really stood out to me with the Deep device is it does have that capability. And on top of that, let's say, God forbid, the entire Deep network just crashes. Something horrible happens, like, nah, it's just gone. Well, with most Deep-in devices, if you can't run it on their network, it has no use. How do I know that? Well, I'm sure a lot of us remember the old AWare elements. We ran into the same thing, right? Some of us hit ROI. A lot of us didn't. And then all of a sudden, you can't run it anywhere. So then it's just a big brick paperweight. What can you do with it? Well, I tried the Pi-Fi network. That hasn't been going so well, but I gave it a shot. The thing about the Deep network is that you can actually flash this device and install Windows or Mac or Ubuntu, any of those. You can expand the memory, both RAM and hard drive capacity, as well as it has a VGA, a graphics card slot on the motherboard. That's right, you can pop the case and plug in an actual graphics card. So this has a lot of great capacity, even if Deep goes horribly wrong. So to me, that's a huge benefit because so many times we buy devices that have no capabilities after that project goes kaput or just doesn't come to fruition. So I'm hoping to get more information on that when I do the AMA, and I'm really hoping to get a device so I can tear it apart and show you guys firsthand. When I set up a D device, I really want to immediately put more memory into it and increase capacity right off the bat. Hopefully that'll help on the earnings, but I guess we'll find out when that day comes. Okay, any questions on that so far? Did everybody get signed up for the raffle? Okay, so right there's the link in the chat. I'm going to leave it up there for a minute just so you guys can make sure to sign up for that because there's not many people out there. Believe it or not, with the markets right now the way they are, not a lot of people are interacting with these different sites or these different projects, and that gives us great odds to possibly win one of these Deep devices. So I wouldn't tell your friends about it, but that's totally up to you. I'd keep it secret, so I'm entering myself. Yeah, totally your call there, but definitely get yourself signed up. Okay, now, as I said, as you guys know, I am crazy. Okay, we've known this. There's something not right up here. So I decided to take a new route on an adventure I've been doing. As you know, I love to make passive income, and a lot of those are using idle computer resources. Well, unfortunately, since this is my main gaming and streaming machine, I really don't want to load it up with a lot of different things. I mean, we've put grass on it, we've put uprock, we've put a lot of different things through it to test them. But that's not where I want to run it all the time because I actually shut this computer off at night just to save on the power. So what I needed was a small, inexpensive computer that I could run all these different passive income opportunities. And I'm talking from Chrome browser extensions, straight to direct installs, as well as through Docker and Ubuntu. Okay, so I needed something that did all of that. So I came up with a solution, and I've been spending the last week getting it set up. What is it, you might ask? Well, let me show you. Here is the new Monster Powerhouse. That's right. And to give you an idea, that Mio bottle is this little guy right here. Okay, so there you go. That's how big this computer is. I know a lot of you have heard about the mini PCs. And And I picked this one up, a Ryzen 7 with 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gig SSD, has graphics capability on the CPU, and it is expandable. I can add another hard drive. I can add another slot of RAM for $249. Now, I was thinking, well, how good could it be? I mean, for $250, you can't even buy a good top-end motherboard for that. It's just not going to happen. Well, this is a whole computer, and it's running a Ryzen 7. So there are upgradable versions you can get up to $449 there. But this is the one I went with. Now, if it's something you're interested in, I'll put the link in the chat here just so you can go out, check it out for yourself. But that's the one I bought. And yes, it was 30% off, which was awesome. Hey, anywhere I can save a few bucks means quicker ROI on the device. But here's the real question. How much stuff could I actually run on it? Now, I tried to sync it over to my monitor before the stream started, but I didn't think about it till like 10 minutes before it started, so I do apologize. But I did get you guys a screenshot. So here is a screenshot of the desktop on the mini PC. Okay, so as you can see, it is running multiple Chrome browser extension earning, including, I totally forgot the name of that one. NodePay, Gradient, Block Mesh, Blessed, Grass Token. It's also, let's see, there's Grass running Uprock. It's running, man, I cannot for the life of me think of that one. I'm drawing a blank. But it's also running a Docker, which has all my Brinks AI worker nodes and relay nodes. Now, I can also turn around and run my Junk Coin and my Irwin coin on this all at the same time. So this is taking this $250 computer here that's just barely the size of my meal bottle, and I'm putting this beast to work, earning passive income from all these different opportunities. And I got to tell you, so far, I've been really impressed. Now, I will let you know, I did go through just to make sure there's no bloatware, and I wiped it, installed a fresh copy of Windows 11 right on top of it. Okay, because I don't like getting the bloatware. I don't want to have to deal with whatever they installed at the factory. The only trick I had to do, if you do decide to get one of these, is I had to go out to their website and get the drivers, which is straight up download from the support page, put those on a USB drive. Because when I went to install Windows off a USB, it said it's missing one driver. So I took the drivers, plugged into another USB slot, simply went down and I chose network. Just randomly one of the networks. As soon as I did that, installed it, Windows 11 installed perfectly and updated. Everything was great, and it still had the Windows 11 key saved in the memory, so I didn't even have to go through and do that process. So for $250, I got a Windows 11 professional key and the machine up and earning passive income. Hey, Ashley! How you doing there? Good to see you. So, this is where I've been over the last week, is down the rabbit hole of passive income. And it's actually hanging on the wall behind this monitor back here. Then I turned around and got this nice little splitter for about $15 that I plugged to the monitor from that, the monitor from this computer, and the monitor from the computer on the floor, all in the back. So to push a button, I could switch between 1, 2, and 3 monitors. And it just changes this bottom right-hand corner monitor that I use on my setup in between the computers. So 3 devices, 1 monitor, really super simple. If you want to know about which device I got, definitely reach out to me in Discord, and I will share the link to which one I bought for the $15. So I'm good. Very glad to be back for Freaky Friday. How are you, and how's the family? All right. Ashley says, busy but getting stuff done. Enjoying baby bunnies hopping. Oh, they're hopping now. Oh my gosh, that's great. So yes, when we were out in Denver, we got to stop in and spend the evening with Ashley and her family. It was absolutely awesome. And in fact, I am keeping right here in the studio a duck directly from Sealy. Thank you, Sealy. It is now part of Down Home Crypto Studio, and it will remain right back there just to say thank you for supporting and loving us, because, man, we love you guys. Okay, so I think I'm almost done with the crypto. Does anybody have questions on the craziness so far? If you do, man, throw them in the chat. I will go back, dive into whatever you want to know, or there's something I haven't covered and you want to know, hey, let me know. And that says, yay! Yeah. And I got my duck. It's a cute little uni duck. So yes, this is one of my gifts directly from Sealy. Thank you, Sealy. He is setting a place of honor atop the pyramid, making sure he keeps me company all day long. That's how I stay positive. You have to send me a baby bunny video. Okay, for a second I thought you said you have to send me a baby bunny. I'm like, no. We have enough animals. No more bunny. No animals. So, let's see. I think we've gone through all the crypto stuff. If there's anything I haven't talked about or you want answers to, throw them in the chat there or jump to Discord. Shoot me a DM over there. Let me know, which question is, and I'll answer it any way I can. Even if it's not a good answer, I have no problem telling you that I'm disappointed with this or this is what happened. I've had several projects like that. And Ashley says, I'll send you many videos for you. Yes, lots of bunny videos. Just no bunnies, please. CK the Ghost. Thoughts on the market pump today out of nowhere? Bull trap. CK, that is a great question. And right now, I am not counting on anything. I see the news going one way. I see the tokens going another. There's a lot of back and forth. I think we are definitely at a resistance level right now for BTC. And I think we're going to keep bouncing on this a few different times. I think it's going to hit it, spike up, and then it's probably going to tinker back down and retest it. It's got to retest these levels before it can ever make the change. We've learned that through the rules of solvency time and time again. So if you are looking at getting to a trade like Cyril shared with us last week, I would highly recommend put it in with a reasonable amount of leverage. Don't think it's going to go straight up because it's always going to go up and then it's going to come back down some. Don't catch yourself by putting a trade in as it starts to go up and get caught on that and you just get crashed and wiped out. So it's one of those, honestly, CK, that I am not too worried about the markets. I continue to do my dollar cost averaging. I continue to stockpile my BTC, my XRP, my AVAX, the things I want to hold on to for the long haul. And I kind of close my eyes to the charts until we hit about 2025, December-ish, 2026-ish. And then I'll worry about it then. Because I really think it's going to be a very kind of long process, especially with what's going on with the governments and the regulation and everything. Nobody knows. So there's really no way to make a solid uptrend until some of this uncertainty goes away. I wish you would let me have a baby bunny. No, you cannot have a baby bunny. Right? Let's see. So you're very convincing in your argument. Can't see why you wouldn't let her take the handful of bunnies. Probably because we just had a cat get a hold of a bird when she was cleaning the cage out on Saturday and had to separate him. He's okay. Thankfully, baby's okay. But yeah, we have 3 cats, 8 birds, a turtle, and too many animals. Little house, lots of animals. It's crazy. And CK says, yeah, do low level bearish on housing and macro tariff war, but I'm buying spot. Yeah, that works, buddy. Absolutely. And I think it's great right now. Just dollar cost average in. Once you start seeing a solid breakout, then you might really look at doing a leverage trade or something like that. And I am not the trader. Okay, I already know I am too emotional to be a professional trader. Size taught me a lot of things, and I've tried him, and I realized that I am more of a gambler by nature. So I have to run on the strategic rules of solvency and just do dollar cost averaging. That's the best way I can do it. But if you definitely want to hook up with a great trader, talk to Cyril. That man is a god when it comes to trading. Yes, leverage. Leverage scares me. It's bad. So I think that covers everything so far in the crypto world. Let's get some more CK. And CK, you are welcome to come up and crash the party, brother. If you don't have a invite, shoot me a DM in Discord and I will get it to you. But also, guys, remember, if you're part of the VIP family community here at Down Home Crypto, you automatically get a backstage pass every single week to come up here and join us. Okay? We don't require identity checks or anything like that. All you have to do is be a VIP family member. And you can do that by clicking the join button down below, and that gives you special access to some of the secret information I share, as well as get to join us every Friday. So you might want to think about it. But as always, the only thing I ever ask is, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel and tell your friends about us, because we're going to be here every Friday having fun, being crazy, and the more the merrier. Let's get them in here. Let's get them learning and earning and just having fun. Let them know they're not alone out in the world. Now, before we start the next major endeavor, I need some supervision because obviously I cannot be trusted alone, and Bear has done a good job, but he doesn't work well on my English and correct me when I say it. Yeah. Thanks, Bear. I love you to death, buddy, but we got to teach you English better because you need some work on that. So, of course, I can't go anywhere without my babysitter, Miss Wild Angel. What's up, dear?
Hi, everybody. Yeah, words have been extremely hard for you tonight.
It is. Have you noticed that?
I mean, right out the gate, you're like, blackberry gems. No, they're huckleberry gems. I'm like, you can get blackberries anywhere, but huckleberries are an Idaho thing. Exactly. You didn't even read the package.
See, I have no problems with words. It's reading I have a problem with. I can't read. Obviously.
He's putting his dog to sleep. Okay, I hope that means just in bed for the night.
Yeah. Man, see, kiddos. We just had to put our dog to sleep like 6 months ago, and yeah, it's still doing without Chloe. So I hope it's just night time, and then you can come play with us.
Right. Yeah.
So
it's been a long week. It's been a rough week. Like you said, I ended up with a souvenir from Denver.
Oh, that's sexy.
Didn't go to the doctor until a week after we got back. But
it's about right.
Yeah.
Did you rub dirt on it?
I tried. And I tried to walk it off and shake it off. And, that's why it took me a week to go to the doctor.
Okay, fair enough. Well, you did all the important things I would have recommended.
Swelled up, and yeah, not good.
No. Dude, I'm late. 41 minutes late. Yeah, Rogue, man. Dylan, you are way late. That's okay.
Dylan, you're
we just got done with the crypto stuff, so you're okay. So it has been a challenging week, and so it's not just me. It's
on top of it is our peak week at work and everything, and new person at work, playing catch up from the week I was in Denver, even though I worked more than half of my shifts while we were in Denver, on top of doing all the Denver stuff. I'm still behind, so we'll be finishing catch up next week, I think. So, and then we get to start audits.
Why are you excited for audits?
Can I unscrew my smile?
Yeah, but you work for the tax people, so for you, it's kind of exciting because, this is the fun part. So I get to go find the bad people and bad.
Actually, no. I really hope I don't find things. That's my hope. However, this year in Idaho, we did have 2 insurance companies go insolvent. And so when that happens, there's a guarantee fund that all the other companies that do business in Idaho of that line of business pay into to make sure claims are covered and to make sure that the people that have the insurance aren't left high and dry. So it's a great safety net. But they get to claim 20% of what they paid in that year for the next 5 years to recoup those. So they get an offset credit. Yeah, it didn't go out in a timely manner, and so we get all these new credits, and the first year is always a mess. You're muted, Serenity.
Yeah. So it does sound like a mess. And yeah, the fact of insurance companies going under, that's kind of scary. I mean, that's what the world's about right now, is even insurance companies can't stay alive. And I still don't know what the hell an insurance company does besides we pay them money every month. And yeah, every time we actually use the insurance, it goes up. So it's like, how do you lose on that deal? Well, apparently you can. I don't know how, but you can.
Well, there's catastrophic things happening in this world. There's hurricanes and these fires like in California and these kind of companies. And so when catastrophe happens, it can seriously affect an insurance company. And sometimes they just don't have enough surplus to cover the damage. It happens.
They need a pay cut. They make too much money. That's why they don't have surplus. Because Lord knows we pay them enough. I don't know, man.
Well, yeah. But
yeah, I don't know.
Overall, there's a whole calculations, and there's a lot of stuff that goes into running an insurance company and regulating them. And so occasionally a company goes down.
Right.
And one of our lines of business hadn't had an insolvency in 15 years.
That's good.
So it happens.
Well, it does. It does. And it does in every line of business. And it doesn't matter if you're in crypto or retail. I mean, we're seeing stores close left and right. We're seeing a lot of things happen out there.
Right.
But I know one business that continues to grow. And in fact, I was hoping to go next week, but sadly, because mom's having her surgery, I decided not to. But one business that is growing is none other than Rogue Evolution. What's up, Mr. Dylan?
Oh, I just got pulled on. Nora's smiling.
How's your week been?
Busy. Way too busy with planning this event and next quarter's event and working with catering companies and flying people in, working with hotel. Oh, man, it's a crap show over here.
Well, we would love to come out in June or for that one because I'll be out of peak time and be able to breathe before year end. So
Okay.
I would love to come out for that one.
And mom won't have surgery.
Right.
Yeah, mom's surgery's tomorrow or Thursday, and then she won't have another one for like 2 weeks after that, and then her healing stage, so by then she'll be good as gold and be ready to go. It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So, what kind of great adventures are you doing down there in the bunker, Dylan? Anything you want to share with us?
Preparing for our deep deployment and cleaning up for some things. Oh man, I shouldn't say it. Well, we're getting it ready to bring all the privately invested people into the bunker so they can see it and kind of get an idea on the security, everything from seeing the guard room with the tactical bulletproof vest, gas mask guns, no entrance buttons, So
Nice.
getting ready to show people the security that we have.
Nice. Yeah, I've seen some of your videos you put on Twitter and Facebook and stuff. They're pretty slick, man.
Oh, yeah.
I like it. So, yeah. So it's interesting you just mentioned Deep because, yeah, I just told everybody about the Deep giveaway. And I told them keep it secret because we don't want anybody else to win it. Just us. We got to keep it between us. But, yeah, it's, like I said, time and time again, Deep is one of the ones I was most impressed with when I was in Denver. So I love the fact they're coming out there, and I so wish I could be there for it, buddy.
Oh, yeah. You're missing out.
I know. I was actually going to do it, and just so Wild Angel, sorry, you can go next time. I was like, we had already kind of talked a little bit about it, but hadn't made the final decision. And then Mom called me this morning. She's like, hey, just checking up with you. And remember, I'm going on surgery on Thursday. I'm like, oh, shit. No, I forgot. Damn. Well, there goes my plan. It's okay.
There's always next time. Next
Yeah.
time is paid registration, but just let me know, and I'll get you 2 free tickets. You let me know. I'll send you a private link to it.
Oh, thanks,
Perfect.
Dylan.
Okay. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. And I'll expect a private jet that says Rogue Evolution to land here in Boise, pick us up, and escort us. And yeah, we'll be good. Don't worry about it. I
And
love how
cricket.
silence after that.
Well, I forgot I was muted, and I have kids screaming in the background.
That's fair. I just had to give you a hard time, man. Hey, Jason, good to have you with us, buddy. Welcome to the show. We're going down the rabbit hole of craziness.
Okay, which one is Jason? He said hi, boss. So that one works with Dylan. But
Right.
Jason, is that the new guy? No.
Make sure I'm right here, Dylan. If I remember right, that is Jason from England, right?
Yeah, Jason's been with us since the beginning.
Oh, right.
Justin's a new
Right.
guy.
Right, Justin, Jason. I got confused. Okay, my brain is melted from the week I've had.
Me too. Well, let's melt it a little more because we know every time CK shows up, the party is going to get wild.
Hi, CK.
Hey, yeah, thanks for the warm warm welcome. I'm not extreme extrovert, but yeah.
I don't know, man. Last time I ran into you were in a party scene. You were like the happening man. You had your whole entourage around you, and me, I'm walking around scared. It's like Serenity. It's like, oh, what the hell?
Yeah, all it takes is a few drinks, and like I get going for sure.
Perfect. I got 2. Knock yourself out, buddy. Bar's always open. How you doing, brother?
Good, man. Good. Just a long week, work and second work, and Web3 work, Web2 work. All positive things, though. Definitely the highlight of my week was I got to go to Nobu for the first time. But I took my parents as like a gift to them instead of taking a girl that I'll probably never talk to again. So I thought that was pretty cool, and they really enjoyed it. That was probably the highlight of my week. Other than that,
No. What is Nobu? I've never heard of that.
Nobu. It's like a fancy Japanese restaurant. It's in a lot of like rapper songs and stuff. Like
Epically cool.
it's like how do I explain? It's like the most expensive, like fancy sushi restaurant. Like it's like a thing.
It's a thing. Yeah, we understand. We have a probably much smaller version of that thing here.
Yeah, no, it's like my parents never seen like fancy stuff, so for them it was super, super nice. And so it was fun. It was a good time.
Perfect. Sounds good. Okay. I'm going to step out for a quick sec before we start up. I got to take care of one thing. I'll be right back.
Hi, guys. So he just drops and runs.
Happy Pie Day.
Yeah. They surprised us at work at like 8:30 this morning. There's pie in the kitchen. I'm like, pie? So yeah, we had pie in the kitchen at work. It was fun.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really celebrate Pie Day. I don't know anyone who really does. But yeah, I did some interesting research. It's kind of cool, the origin of like it and everything.
Well, tell us about it.
So like it was like published in like 1988, I think, by this guy, and he got like super famous for it. But like the Egyptian pyramids are all like shaped like using like very close to pie and stuff if you look back into the history. So there's like some cool history behind it.
Oh, that's cool. I know it has something to do with pi, P-I, like the 3.14 bloody, bloody, bloody.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Not Egyptians eating pot, P-I-E.
Right. Yeah, I kind of got that. But you think you put a whole bunch of them, lay them on their side, take pictures from the side, and put them in a circle, you'd have a pie.
I guess so, yeah.
Hi, Jailbird. Welcome to the show. And he's back.
Okay. So, now,
Type.
you what?
I said I can't type today.
I can't talk, so that works out great, huh? So I did have the earbuds in, so I heard all about that. Now, when you start talking about the pyramids and the way those are built off the 3.14, does that also have to do with the, what is it, where they talk about the charts and everything in nature has a spiraling shell? Is that Pythagorean theorem? Is that right? Is it a different one I'm thinking of?
Oh, you're thinking about the golden, what is it called?
The
Golden ratio.
Golden ratio, thank you, yes. Which is not pi, correct? They're different, right?
No, yeah, but pi has something to do with curvature and like waves and stuff like that, and like oscillators and stuff. I'm not trying to get too nerdy here, but shout out to Jailbird that said "Milady" in the chat.
Hi, Jailbird. Love it. Melody? Is that what's called? It's Melody?
Lady.
Milady? Oh, okay. Sorry, bad English.
Yeah, it's like it's some
Old
friends. It's a group.
Renaissance term.
It's an NFT. Let's say.
Gee, thank you, Jason. Somebody knew the name I was looking for. Yes, the Fibonacci sequence, where they talk about the shells and all the different things can be, explained through Fibonacci. And so that's the one I was thinking of. So thank you, Jason. At least somebody has their brain screwed in straight, because Lord knows it's not me.
Either.
And Jailbird got it too. Man, we should have had a quiz. We would have all failed.
Jailbird probably spelled it correctly.
Yeah, it's that. Yeah, it's that way.
But we knew
I
what
could read
everybody
Jason's
meant,
perfectly.
right?
See, Jailbird's I don't go Fibonacci. Okay, yeah, that's right. Jason's, he spelled it like I would say it. Fibonacci. It's like, perfect. Right on. So you guys both get gold stars because I suck. So, guys, today I wanted to change the topic a little bit around because the last few episodes we've been going down the rabbit hole of finances. And, right now the markets are questionable. Nobody knows. Just like we talked about earlier, it's a good time to buy. What strategies? Man, nobody knows. Literally, we've seen empires falling and rising. Things are happening. It's total uncertainty and chaos. So we're running with the rules of solvency just to play it straight to make sure that we don't get wrecked. Because, you could have short squeezes. You could have all kinds of things go horribly wrong if you're leverage trading. If you want advice on that, I highly recommend talk to Cyril or Austin Clark. One of those two guys are awesome traders. Don't talk to me because I don't know shit. Straight up. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a trader. Obviously, I'm too emotional for it. But I want to change it up a little bit because, I personally ran into something that's very interesting in life, and I think a lot of us are without even realizing it. And so the topic tonight is, are you watching for the signs? Now, that could be very vague. It could be the signs in the government of what's going on. It's signs in space with all the alien technology they're releasing, signs with AI, signs in the finances, signs in the school system or the religious aspect. All of these, there are signs, and they're everywhere. But I want to tell you about my sign and why I think it's important to watch for signs even within yourself. Absolutely crucial. Because if you don't take care of yourself, nobody else will. And if you haven't taken care of yourself, you can't help somebody else take care of themselves. So over the last couple months, I have noticed that I've had problems focusing more than normal. Even though I've got ADHD and ADD and autistic and everything else, I've always had problems with that. But it got worse. I can't say my talking has got any better, as the show has already proven. But I really started doing some researching, seeing these signs of focus problems. Now, one thing I realized is that I've been running with Mio Energy. As you guys know, I always had that in my drinks, all day, and then at night I switched to the non-energy. But here's the trick. What I finally found, and I just started this a couple days ago, I stopped the energy entirely. And then I started to analyze the results. And found out that, as you guys know, I've talked about it before, is I'm an addict in recovery. Been clean 5, almost 6 years, something like that. I was actually ODing on the B12 vitamin, which is creating almost a stimulus high. I'm actually running on fast forward almost like a methamphetamine, which was my drug of choice. So I didn't even realize that I was trying to numb the depression of what's going on in the world by overstimulating on energy, hence going back into the addictive personality. And so little signs alerted me that the lack of focus, the fact I couldn't carry on a conversation, I couldn't read a white paper without getting lost, like, oh, look, squirrel, what's that? And away I would go. So I think a lot of us, we get in our patterns and we stop looking for signs in our life that, hey, maybe something's not right, or maybe something could be better. We kind of accept it. Does that make sense to anybody out there, or am I just crazy?
Oh, it totally makes sense. Because, having been down that rabbit hole with you, I know how easy it is to swap one thing for another. And so, and we can be doing great and not doing that swapping out. And then something sneaks in and poof, there's it all over again. We know how that works. We have to be on guard for that every day. So, and this one snuck up on you. You're thinking, oh, I'm getting vitamins. I'm doing great. Yeah.
Hey, look at me. I'm drinking water. Man, I'm not drinking as much soda. I'm drinking water. I'm doing all the right things. No, I'm actually sliding back into addiction. And it's like, wait, what the hell is going on with me? And so it's one of those things I want to share with you, but I wouldn't bring this topic out because right now, especially with everything going on, guys, with the news, with the government, with the crypto markets, with the financial market, with everything going on, it's so easy to miss the little signs about what's going on around you, what the real truth is. And let's see, Dylan says, I went through it not long ago and had to change my diet to more meat, etc., and cut out energy drinks. Man, absolutely, Dylan. Were you having the same kind of issues like I was, buddy?
Well, mine was like I was just constantly forgetting things. Like it was bad. Like I'd just sit there having a conversation, just completely forget what I was talking about.
Yep. And I've noticed me doing that more and more on the show here. You get through a sentence, just like kind of how I started earlier. Get halfway through a sentence and my brain just stops. It's like hits a brick wall. Bam! I go, it's like, and I have to get going again. Jailbird says diet and exercise. Yes, absolutely. And that's something I am horrible at. And I think a lot of us are. I know for me personally, I eat the same thing every morning. A bowl of oatmeal, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of milk. Great, done. But then I have to start questioning, is that really the best way to go?
It's a little carb heavy.
Little carb
Although
heavy. Okay.
the whole grains are good for you,
Okay.
it's still carb heavy.
I think it's honestly up to the individual. Like, okay, so I have IBS. I don't care if anyone knows that. Not embarrassed of it. So I can't eat cheese or meat, but I can eat fish and everything else. I can eat the other stuff, but then it's just I have to deal with the symptoms of it or whatever, the bloating and everything. But other people can eat as much meat as they want. For me, my system is fish and vegetables work. I don't know.
See, I can relate to that because I love brownies, but they don't love me. Oh, dear God. I eat a small brownie, and I swear to God, I'm going to die for the next hour. And I still don't know what it is.
And I'm diabetic, and so his breakfast would screw me up for the whole day. I actually don't even eat until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I do the 16, 18 hour intermittent fasting every day. And so, other than my coffee in the morning, but.
Okay, so.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, ZK, you got it.
No, yeah, I'm 32, so I've been dealing with this my whole life. So I've tested a bunch of things, and with me, apple cider vinegar, this vitamin called L-carnitine, and I take those supplements, and then I take burdock root, which is another natural supplement. And for me, just taking those, I'm good. I can eat whatever I want. So it's I don't know, trial and error. Mm-hmm. Oh, and natural honey, 1 teaspoon I take every morning. Raw honey, and I'm good.
Got it. So I'm curious, and Ash says Serenity totally made sense. Sorry, I was making vegan tacos. That actually sounds good, Ashley. I want to try vegan tacos next time I come visit. Yeah, and I'm curious, CK, because I've often wondered, if I have IBS or something like that. But you mentioned was it apple cider vinegar? So, do you do a shot of vinegar, or how does that work, man?
Literally, you have to. Yeah. There's this thing called the mother in it. It's a chemical, so it's okay. It'll say on the bottle apple cider vinegar plus the mother. That's the chemical. That's the healthy one. And yeah, you just take a shot of it, or you could put it in your coffee or whatever. You can mix it with lemon and turmeric. You can do whatever you want.
Okay, so, and I'm asking this because I want to try it, honestly, 'cause the brownies are killing me, man. I don't know what it is. Do you do that on a daily basis, or just before you eat something, or after you get the symptoms, or what's the best way to start to try and see if that's going to make a difference?
As a man, I am not perfect. I go through phases, I would say. So I'll have phases where I'm not really exactly taking care of myself the best way, but then there'll be phases when I will take care of myself very well. And when I go through those phases, yeah, it's every morning I'll mix a little drink together of all that stuff. A lot of these teas you could get from I use Yogi. Yogi's the company, and they have ginger and turmeric teas. Yeah, see, Joe just said ginger. Yeah, stuff like that. I like ashwagandha. Okay. If you never heard of that, that's
ashwagandha root.
Yeah.
Okay, I definitely got to try that. So, Wild Angel, you got to help me on this because I want to find a way to be able to eat a brownie without wishing I was going to die.
Right. And better
You can ask-
yet would be the brownie and the ice cream, because both of them hate you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just
Hi,
take me out
Mom.
back and treat me like a yeller. Hi, Mom. How you doing? In fact, we got somebody else sneaking in, not just Mom, who is fashionably late. We were talking about you, by the way. But we have Mr. Alpha Cruz crashing the party. How you doing, Alpha?
Hi, Alpha.
I'm good. Hello. Oh, I hope my order's working right.
Dude, that's looking and sounding good, my man.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank goodness. I was spending a few minutes just making sure everything is right now.
Yeah,
And it
looks
may
good.
Yeah.
a little today. It's actually graded, so.
Yeah, mine too. Ugh. Show off. How you doing, bro?
I'm good. Feeling a little better. Feeling a lot better, actually. You know, I actually didn't have to sleep all day today, just most of the day. So,
Did
It's
you
good.
get the crud too?
the crud.
The crud, the plague. Did you get sick too?
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't know. how weird
Everybody's
the
been
change-
sick.
How weird the change, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, flip. I'm waking up at like 1, and I'm like, I don't feel so good. And then I just fall asleep again.
oh.
It's been rough.
Okay, so I got to ask, because Alpha, you've been sick, so I haven't been able to get a hold of you, buddy, to where we could work on your audio. But here, I want to run a sound test, guys. I need all your help real quick, and then I'll jump to the comments there, because I saw Mom. But I want Alpha to say a sentence, a lengthy sentence. You know, tell us a story or something. I want you guys to listen for almost a
Like
in his
last week?
background. Right. See if I'm just delusional and if it's just me or if it's actually there. That way we can
Okay.
help him on his studio setup. Okay, Alpha.
Okay, I hope it's not there anymore because I know we've been checking it, been trying it out, seeing,
There.
trying to figure out what the heck the problem is, but it's just, I don't know, it's just not finding it. It's really annoying.
I heard it. Alpha, try putting your microphone down.
This one is.
He's running on a desktop. That's not his.
I'm using.
He's only
this
using
one.
the headset for.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Right.
So I'm useless for.
I was thinking it was maybe something fighting with it.
So Jailbird in the audience says they are hearing it as well, Alpha. So I'm not delusional. Thank you guys.
was
I'm not
hearing
crazy. Well, I am. But
Yeah.
Not,
Yeah, not in
so
that
yeah.
way.
Yeah, this weekend, let's definitely get together, Alpha. Now, if you're feeling better, let's try to get your studio fine-tuned and get rid of that for you. But it's not too bad, but it is there.
I'm wondering that too, but the issue is this mic, the software it comes with isn't very, how shall I say, it's not very fine-tuned. It just has like 3 basic settings and that's it.
Well, I know there's some third-party software we can get for that, and we'll see what we can do about that. But I just wanted to check that. Sorry, that was a quick squirrel. This is what it's like to have ADHD, and yeah, it's like, squirrel, here we go. We went. So thank you guys for helping us get that set up. Yeah, it does sound like a heartbeat, Jason. You're right. I'm almost thinking like a ceiling fan or propeller. I see
Yeah,
we have
there
a
it is,
peaky
right
head
there.
on it.
There, it's really loud.
There's the kitty in the background.
Hi, kitty.
Hi, kitty.
Yeah, now
kitty.
it's got a humming sound to it as well.
Yeah.
It's got a thump and a hum.
Okay.
I see Dylan's baby's head.
I do.
Hi, Munchkin. Hi.
There's Munchkin. Hi. Give me wave. Who is that,
How
Dylan?
are you?
And turns
Fine.
camera off.
She's just looking at us. Who's this
yeah.
one?
One of my daughters, yeah.
Yeah, she's adorable, Dylan. Hi, kitty.
And we got Kitty. Who's the kitty, Alpha?
This is Coco. I ended up adopting him. He was supposed to be here for 2 weeks, and then the owners decided. The owners were like, "Oh, we can't afford him anymore, so we're going to put him down." I was like, "Nope, not gonna happen." I took him in, and then my friend's sister took custody of the other one.
Oh,
'Cause
we
the
have
thing-
another one. We have another
like-
one that keeps trying to run in our door.
Oh,
I've caught him
no.
in the house. It's black and white like that one, except right at the nose, it looks like a little Hitler mustache. So I dubbed the kitten Hitler, just to
That's so wrong.
differentiate. But It does. All I see is this little black punk, and I'm like, okay, that's Hitler,
I think we can call him Adolf Hitler.
right?
Exactly. Okay, so we got the gang here. Do what?
Hitler. I like that, Jailbird.
Yeah,
Hitler.
See-
That's good. That's
Hitler.
good.
See, now that I like. That would be good.
Okay, I think the
Hitler.
cat's been renamed Hitler.
Hitler, okay.
Hitler now. Nice.
Hail Hitler.
Okay, he wants to go sit here. Okay.
We could totally create a meme with that, with Elon Musk and his thing, and show the cat next to it. Hail Hitler. Yeah, that would be perfect.
That's a good
I
name.
love it.
That's a
It
good
is.
name.
Anyway, back on topic here. I was mentioning about the signs. Do what?
Say we have a topic since when?
Since last night.
I just make this shit up as we go, man. I don't know. No, actually, I got to tell you, last night, up for most of the week, I was really going to make this about AI, UI, CI, and talking about the new large language models that they are actually training on synthetic models now because they've ran out of human information. But
Whoa.
after talking to Crow and finding out he has not finished watching Pantheon yet, and we don't want to give him any spoilers, I decided to change it. So that is coming in the near future, though. But tonight is all about watching for the signs. And the signs could be just anything. And we're seeing a lot of the stuff in the news where they're really announcing loud and proud. It's like, we're going to make this great. And country's going to be great. Crypto's going to be great. Everything's going to be great. But it's the little pieces on the back end that really got me concerned. Sometimes it's health, like with me, like I talked about earlier. Other times it's just getting into our patterns of life. And how do we watch for those signs? Are we actually watching, or do we get comfortable and we think that that's just okay? But then what happens is we see a certain news article or something that just makes us stand up and go, what in the are you people talking about? I had one of those moments today. This is one of the things that I found really, really scary. Now, of course, you guys know I'm in Idaho. So this just came out. It says an Idaho teacher says she was ordered to remove a sign that said everyone is welcome here in her classroom. Yeah. The school board made her remove it. Like, why would you do that? What? Why would anybody say that? And said the idea of making everyone feel welcome, like the least offensive thing a teacher could do. Officials from West District School reported otherwise and ordered her to take down the sign. So what they want is where to go? Not everyone's welcome here. They had it down here somewhere. Go. Welcome others and embrace diversity. That's what the school board wants it to say. Not everybody is welcome here.
But
What?
kids don't understand what diversity is.
Right. It's like, what? The hell does that mean?
It just flat out saying everyone is welcome here, that is plain language. You don't have to worry about English as a second language, people not understanding what that means.
Why even call out diversity? If everyone's welcome, there is no divide. Like,
Well, and
Exactly.
with the whole killing diversity programs everywhere, they want diversity to go away.
Right.
But yeah, that's just stupid,
That is what the
right?
It is. And
Right,
so,
Ashley? Yeah, what?
yeah. What
that makes
the?
absolutely
Yeah.
no sense.
Yeah,
What the
WTF.
actual? Yeah. WTF indeed.
But, it's little things like this that sneak under the news that nobody hears about. And, I have to ask myself, okay, so what message is this sending? What should I be watching out for? Is this a sign that something is happening beyond just ICE and deportation, stuff like that? I mean, is this something that's moving in from the government to the schools? Is it something going down? Or is it just somebody being an asshole? I'm kind of curious. What do you guys think?
It could very well just be someone being an asshole, honestly. Some schools just have those kinds of people. They're like, oh, nah, that person is too nice. You know what? Let's make their life hell for no reason.
Well, that particular school district is known for being a little more yuppieville.
Yeah, I was gonna say
They're known for that.
it sounds a little political, in my opinion, but I don't want to touch on that.
But yeah, they've got a higher, in general, that particular district does have a higher per capita ratio, income ratio. And so, maybe some of the yuppiness is tipping over.
Yeah, could be that too. Very possible.
But yeah, that's local to us. That is in our town. And that's freaking insane. If I want to say, you know what? And technically, everything in that classroom is the teacher's opinion. That is her classroom. She is entitled to say everyone is welcome there. I don't care if they're pink with purple polka dots. Everybody is welcome in that classroom. And I don't think they should make her take it down.
I would agree.
Could be personal, like maybe another teacher doesn't like her. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe like she steals someone's lunch. Who knows?
And no, go ahead.
Maybe she accidentally stole someone's lunch once, and the person was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you one. I'm gonna get you one day."
You stole my pencil sharpener. How dare you? You're going down. And I would think, okay, that's just one weird news article, not a big deal. Doesn't really make me think too deeply into it. But then, to top it all off, the day before, I read this article. Here in Boise again. Now, guys, Boise is not big. Okay, we are a big town. We are not, or a small city. We're not a big city. We're nothing like that. It's nothing crazy. But now they're ruling that they can fine or arrest homeless people for camping in unlisted locations.
I was going to be a contrarian here. I'm not saying like jail's a nice place to be, but I know a lot of homeless people in New York City purposely get arrested so they have a place to sleep at night.
You're muted.
Unmute, that helps. And I could totally see that. But as I went in to read this article, they said that now they are also launching, in cooperation with this, a limit that no new homeless shelters can be built within 300 feet of any residential structure, neighborhood, or property line. At the same time. Like,
that
wait a minute.
comes from that where the sanctuary, it was down right there at Fairview and River where you come down. They bought or trying to get the old Salvation Army building on State Street turned into a shelter. All of the residents, all the communities around there rose up in arms. I mean, signs, protests, you name it, just so that they could not put a shelter there. And that's a business area, but there are residential areas around it.
Okay. And to some degree, I could see that, but we're talking the Salvation Army building. Isn't that what they're for? To help people in need?
Well, they shut the building down. They moved to the new one when they built it out here by us. But yes, that building was bought. It had big like warehouse space where they could house a large portion of the homeless community. Community shut them down.
And so, and I can see some reasoning behind that. So here's my question is, when we start looking at the signs, we're seeing these big political announcements with Trump, with Musk, and these cuts and this and that. We're seeing a lot of people get put out of work, a lot of jobs eliminated on the federal and state level. We're seeing the economy just going down the toilet right now. I mean, everything is in chaos. Nobody knows what's going on. Grocery stores are closing. Retail stores are closing. Then they turn around and they slide in these laws about homeless and shelters and things like that. And so I'm kind of curious, is it just me, or is there some is there something going down I'm not seeing the signs on, and I'm just seeing little glimpses here and there, but I don't have enough to put the piece together. So I want to know what you guys are thinking. What are the signs are you guys seeing about the evolution of man? What are we doing here in our own country, our states, and our families stuff that maybe we're not aware of?
Somewhere we're getting a lot of feedback on the audio, and I don't know where it's coming from.
I do.
I've been on mute, so
I know.
Yeah,
I know
it's-
you and
it's
Dylan
alpha.
have been. It's alpha.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's totally alpha because I muted his mic. Like right now, I've got him muted. I can mute him manually, and it cuts out.
I wasn't sure. It was just almost cutting out some of the audio while you were talking.
Okay.
yeah, I mean, I have some opinions, I'd say, on what the question you asked.
Do it. Fire away, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, basically the plate that was handed over to the new administration, the deck was stacked with the T-bills all coming due this year and next year. And basically, there were limited options economically to reduce inflation. It's either short-term pain or we go to war. And I don't think Trump wants World War III. So I think the only other option he had was short-term pain, and that's what we're going to face. We got mortgage-backed securities higher than 2008. We got empty. I mean, I live like in New York City again. Most of the skyscrapers and the buildings are just completely empty and owned by foreigners like Russians or rich Asians. Basically, everything's empty. They can't sell. BlackRock is selling at a 35% decrease on the housing prices that when they were scooping them up. It's just all accumulating. And with the homeless stuff, again, I live in a sanctuary city. We had them all bust in, all the illegal immigrants and everything. And now it's just I won't even take the subway anymore because it's just a crime mess because they kicked them out of the hotels they're staying in, and it's just crazy.
Man, that is crazy. And, all of these to me are signs. And I agree that the government, they've got a mess. I mean, it's a whole mess out there. But what are we doing on a personal level? I mean, how can we assist, and are we watching for these and trying to help in these? Or are you guys finding more and more people are instigating this problem? Kind of like the teacher where they're like, oh, no, you can't say everyone's welcome. That's just dumb. It's like, why can't you? That doesn't make sense.
I think
Don't everybody talk at once.
I think people want to make the world a better place, but they're seeing so much right now that I think everybody's a little overwhelmed with it. There's so many people that need help. They don't know where to go to help. And other people, there's too much political drama right now. And I think people are very much practicing duck and cover because, they don't want to be the next one targeted. So
If I could
it's just a
respond.
scary situation right now.
Yeah, just to respond to the comments, Ashley. I have nothing against humanitarianism and helping people and whatnot, but the way it was set up in New York City by the politicians was not done properly. Okay, if they're in those hotels, then at this point they have to stay there because you push 5 million of them out on the street. Of course they're gonna be to do what they have to do to survive. So I think again it was just bad policy on how it was handled, and now it's the fallout of it. Regardless of the macro geopolitical implications of them coming here, of refugees coming here in the first place. So,
No, and I'm glad you shared that. And yeah, guys, you are welcome to comment and respond any way you want, man. It's open forum here. Anything goes on Friday. We know that, and we're all family, so it's cool. But I guess my biggest thing is, like you're talking to CK, they did this in New York City, in the bigger cities. We're in Boise, which is a small city. And I mean, it's feeding down to the little towns and stuff. I mean, if the government shuts down things like this, a lot of people just are out of jobs. They are out of their homes. Inflation's going on. Everything's just a mess. And Wild Angel, like you're talking, everyone's playing duck and cover. But what is the end goal? That's what I'm kind of curious. And more importantly, how can we help others survive to the end game, to get ahead? What can we do? What can we watch for to recognize those people that need that help? What do you guys suggest out there?
I don't know. Egg prices are down at least.
Woohoo! I can have eggs again.
It was under $30 when I went shopping last Sunday, and so I splurged and I bought our 5 dozen pack.
Wait. Under $30 for how many?
Under 30. It was under $30 for 5 dozen. Alpha, to give you a reference, even at Christmas when everybody is doing all their baking, it's never more than 15 to 18 for $5 for 5 dozen. It was over 5 a couple weeks ago.
So at $30 for 5 dozen, that equals $2 per egg.
I
did my math right.
Hard-boiled eggs for lunch right now.
12 times 5, 60.
Goodness.
No, sorry, 50 cents per egg. My bad. 50 cents per egg. Yeah, backwards on the math. Sorry, I divided the wrong way.
That is still insane. What the heck?
Right. And
my brain is finished. Whoa.
I don't think... Wow, we broke Alpha. That didn't take long.
Let's just talk about eggs.
I don't think we've ever spent more than, let's see, the most I paid for eggs when we had a shortage was 100 SARS. So that was, I think, $6 for 30. So it would have been like $12 for 60. And you guys are paying like double that almost. That is crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the way the world's going here. And so, what can we do to help make that better? What can we do to help these people? What kind of suggestions have you guys heard, or things that we can act upon? If you got something, man, share it. I'd love to hear it. Ashley says, animal expiration prices are down for me, so I'm okay with all freedom and liberty to be taken from everyone else.
Animal
Okay.
expiration prices?
I'm confused on that one, Ashley. You're going to have to give me a little more info, because I don't know what animal expiration prices are. Is that animal exploitation, maybe? I don't know. I don't want to guess, because I'm having horrible English problems today.
You are.
I am, yeah.
I mean, I try to, make sure I'm donating to like food banks and things. We had a lady at the grocery store. She was having problems with her debit card. It was an older lady. Oh no, she was trying to write a check, and all she had were counter checks. I don't even know how much her groceries were. I just reached up and swiped my card. It's those random acts of kindness that are going to help us all get through this. And just keep an open mind and be compassionate.
That makes sense. And Joe versus... Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I try and always like little things I think matter, like Angel said, like, and then when they try and pay you back, I would just pay it forward. It's just little things you can do, but from a macro perspective, it's hard to say really. I don't know.
I agree, CK. On the macro side, my little input isn't gonna make a hill of beans. But for that older lady, that made her day. She actually was almost in tears. And I'm like, she goes, "Let me write you the check." I said, "No." I said, "I don't need it. I'm okay right now." I said, "Some point, somebody else is going to need it and you'll have it." And, it's those little things that just remind other people that we all are human. We are all in this shared condition of being human and being in this crazy messed up world. And it's those connections that are gonna get us through in one piece, relatively.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think empathy is really important. You never know what anyone else is going through,
Right.
But at the same time, can't let anyone take advantage of your empathy. So there's like there's like a line. I was forced to learn this growing up in New York City. But there's a line, kind of. There's a word for it, but something about taking advantage of others' empathy. But yeah, there's a line. I don't know.
I would agree. And yes, healthy boundaries. That's something else we learned in recovery, and that's something that I've always had a problem with. But now you can also exceed that line. And like Joe said here, and I loved your playing devil's advocate, buddy. I think that's great. Thank you for doing it. It says, I hate to play devil's advocate, but survival of the fittest. Get in where you fit in type beat. Countless stories of people coming from nothing and facing adversity. Yeah. Anybody can actually get ahead. Yes. And that's what we're hoping to do here and through Down Home Crypto everywhere is educate and teach and hopefully give people that information so they can get ahead. At the same time, I think you can have a good solid balance of empathy to help your fellow man at the same time as them paying it forward to make sure that they're helping others. And I think if we do it the right way, I think we can all get ahead together. Now, right now in this crazy world, I don't know how anybody's going to get ahead unless you've already got billions of dollars. But I do think there is opportunity out there. And if nothing else, getting ahead in education or understanding or just compassion. And when you go home and you don't feel like you just got run over by a steamroller or hit by multiple cars, that's a pretty good day. Because there's a lot of people, they feel that way every single day. And like Ashley was saying, my children are losing protection in education, healthcare, and housing. Money does not equal losing basic rights. We should not be going through this, especially not for billionaires. I agree. There's a lot of things out there, Ashley, and there's a lot of parts of the system that are broken. And in fact, I know Cyril has been working on a complete... okay, I didn't mean to put that one up yet. Sorry. Cyril's been working on a complete restructuring where literally a government could run entire population and nobody would be hurting. Nobody would be homeless. Nobody would be without food or water or basic amenities. So I was kind of hoping he'd be here tonight, but that's something to keep an eye out for in the Down Home Crypto Discord is he's working on this complete structuring of an entire the human society, basically, where everybody is taken care of. Go ahead, Dylan.
You have to back up one message.
Yep, I
There
do.
you go.
Hey, Dylan, you're here, man. Go ahead and read it.
Oh, you want me to read? So my connections in the current administration, I'm not even going to read it. So my current connections in the Trump administration, they're deporting all the illegals, not refugees. So they're going over all the submissions for the refugees and reviewing it by 8 sources instead of one single individual who's just stamping approval, and removing all of the criminals and illegal immigrants from the country and allowing the refugees to stay in the country while providing security and safety to the citizens.
Okay, so they're not just saying, oh, well, he doesn't have his papers, ship him out, we're done. They're actually going through a whole process then from what you know.
Correct. So when ICE does their capture, more or less, they actually watch people several days in advance, make sure they're not criminals before gathering them. So they do the paperwork side, and then they also do the in-person side.
Okay.
So they're trying
That's
to
good.
focus on people that are potentially harmful, like a criminal element, people that, unfortunately in this country, we have a lot of people that have crossed borders illegally and aren't on the refugee status. So this is what they're trying to reduce?
Correct. Over 90% of the people deported is part of the drug trafficking with proof to back it.
Yeah, and that's the way it should be done. So,
Right.
So that, I mean.
And unfortunately, Ashley, in all of this, occasionally I have to say there's going to be a mistake. That's just any big operation, is bound to have some mistakes.
Yep. It says a hotel of. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying. I mean, we all see, and I have a lot of friends in London, and we don't want America to turn into what's going on over there. Honestly.
Whoa, Ashley, I need you to stop. You're crossing a line.
I'm sorry if I offended
you. On a time, or we're gonna have to do something.
Yeah, sorry if I offended you. I don't think I said anything too controversial. But yeah, I mean, I think what's happening is needed in America right now.
And this is guys, I want to let you know this is one reason why a lot of times I try to stay away from political or religious topics, because people do get heated, and I understand everybody has their beliefs, their opinions. They might have different facts than the rest of us have. But I don't think anybody is here to deceive, to lie, or to put out misinformation intentionally. If they were, they wouldn't be here. Plain and simple. I mean, all of you know me. Ashley, you know me well enough. I'm straight up to the point. If I don't like you, I'll tell you. You can ask anybody that I don't like, because I'll just cut you out of my life. You're done. So I don't think anybody here has that. So, Ashley, I'm sorry you feel that way. I would highly recommend that maybe you and CK need to chat a little bit. Maybe there's something that he doesn't understand, or maybe let's work through it, because that's what family does, and that's what we're all about here.
Yeah,
we kind of yeah. Good. You want to say something?
No, yeah, happy to discuss it. I'm not sure what I said that offended, but yeah, respect Ash's opinion. That's all.
And
Absolutely.
Everybody isn't. This is one thing that we maintain here. Everybody is entitled to their opinion and their own knowledge base. However, we do things respectfully. We express those respectfully. And if we disagree with somebody, we express that disagreement respectfully, because we maintain this as a safe space for everybody. And so there, I said it.
So apparently Ashley had a meltdown. So Wild Angel, I know you're going to reach out to her later after the show. So everybody, I wouldn't get too worked up about it. For me, it kind of sucks. I'm sorry that she's upset. I don't understand why. CK, I don't know what the topic was or how we got there. That's a first. So
I'll explore some of that with Ashley myself, and we'll try to find out what was going on.
It's all good. Yeah. It's all good.
Yep. Yeah, but still, we just want to make sure to clear your conscience, because I don't think anybody needs to have that over their head. So, we never wanted to go to that point, but sometimes it does. I mean, I fight with my own family frequently. It's like, I'm done with you. Get out of my face. I've done that.
Yeah, no, trust me. We are not allowed to discuss politics or religion at any family event in my house. So,
oh, wow. I would like your...
Been there.
Okay, I need to go to your family events, because they always come up in my family.
Yeah, I think religion would be a touchy subject with my family too. But we never bring it up, so I suppose that's why we don't fight on that. Because, my family also, we love fighting. Oh my goodness. It's like every time we meet up, it's just like, you ugly motherfucker.
I love it. And, I've just got the point that, hey, I can agree to disagree. I think you're totally wrong, and that's okay. You can walk in your world, I'll walk in mine, and we'll call it a day. That's cool. We don't have to fight or argue or anything like that. So, yeah, we'll try to figure out what's going on and make sure that, CK, we bring you up to speed on whatever we find out, just to make sure everybody's on the same page. Like Jailbird says, you can't. Okay, brother. Thank you.
Yeah.
And
it's all
Gilbert
good.
says,
What about the
can't save
aliens
everyone.
and the Sumerians and Pi?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you're right, Joe, but you can't save everyone. Unfortunately, there's no way to. At some point in time, somebody is going to get lost. Some people would say, oh, it's for the greater good. They said, nah. I think there's reasons. I don't understand them. I think that goes to a whole nother level of existence and understanding and quantum mechanics, and then it gets crazy, and then we go down the rabbit hole of psychosis. And Brittany's not here to make fun of me, so... but we can sure try. We absolutely can. Political arguments are the best at family gatherings, so that's twisted. I like your sense of humor. We can't save CK. Not sorry, CK man. We got to sacrifice you, buddy. Sorry, we're gonna burn you at the stake. That's all there is to it.
Trap them down in the bunker with no food.
Yeah.
You can't get out, dude. Once you turn those keypads out, you can't open it from the inside or the outside.
Oh, dude, you're screwed now.
Dude.
But you know, it's you know, the one thing the Joker said, you can't save everyone, and you know that's kind of a brutal reality check. You're right, we can't. There's so many things that we can't do, or we have to choose. There has to be choices in some point in time in life, and I think we all face those choices. So the question here is, what do you choose and why? Is it something that is it a sign that was given to you? Is it something you know? Is it hidden information? I mean, at some point in time, we all have to make a choice, whether it's through schooling or what is our future. Do I invest in this or this? Do I take this job or not? Do I go to Pennsylvania or not? I mean, all of these things are choices we have to have in life. So I'm curious, what type of signs or indicators do you guys use to make those type of major choices? Good, Dylan. I'm picking on you first because everyone's quiet.
I was actually about to say repeat the question.
Yeah, please.
Okay, when there's a major decision to be made, okay, whether it's job, it's school, it's investments, whatever it is, what type of signs do you look for to help you make that choice?
So for financial stuff, I look at the time of the year. For example, a lot of businesses, such as myself, we have to file taxes around this time. So I kind of look at the market in that point. So personal money, I have set aside to buy in at this time because you have people such as ourselves having to liquidate 2,000 Bitcoin in our company. So that way we can pay our taxes and things like that. So what I do on my end is I just buy in with my personal money. So that's a little bit of what I do with investments.
Okay, so it's looking at the time of year and deciding what to do based on things, predetermined criteria that exist essentially.
Oh yeah. This is like the golden part of the year for crypto to buy in. You have people selling normally around this time to the end of the month. People are selling to pay for their electric bills, so that's another good time to buy. And then you also have the beginning of the years like this when it's time to pay taxes for corporations.
Gotcha, that makes sense. It's the Holy Grail crash. I like that, Alpha. So tell us about it. What are your signs, buddy, that you do when you're making a major decision?
Every time I try to unmute and I think stars the thing. So because I think Control D is the same key for the browser to star something, and then to unmute, so it's like I have to fight with the browser to be like, StreamYard, please, StreamYard, not the browser. Anyway, I suppose it depends on the kind of decision. I tend to be a little slow on making decisions, you know, the ADHD problems and all, or very quick to make a decision. So I either get stuck in this loop of, okay, what do I do? Which one do I choose? And go on an indecisive road of trying to figure out every perk and every detriment of every choice, and just map it out in my brain until I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of thinking. I'm just going to take this now. It's kind of just how it goes with everything. Or sometimes I'll just be like, you know, this is an easy choice. I don't see any real downsides or something, so I'm just going to go with it. And then, boom, there we go. It's just like, yeah. Or if I can see a long-term positive effect on something, then I'll just think of, is there short-term things that I could do instead? Yeah, but I'm always going to go for something that's going to have a long-term impact and positive impact, I should say. So always depend. I suppose that a lot of the time it depends on if I can make the decision quickly, or if it's going to have a long-term positive impact.
Gotcha. Okay. So if it is going to be a long-term impact, so like you said, you get to the point you just don't want to decide anymore. It's like, nah, I'm not going to choose. So what makes you, what triggers that, what sign triggers you to go back and make that decision? Does something happen, or is it like, okay, deadline's coming up, or, how do you play that?
Yeah, usually it will be an external factor that will kind of be that decision point, I guess. I can be very indecisive. It's very problematic, but usually it will be maybe some kind of external thing that happens, and I'm like, what, maybe that's the cue. That's my cue to finally make a decision on this thing. And the way my thoughts are right now, it's leaning towards this option, so I might as well just go on that. Because if by a point where I get to a point where I need an external thing to be like, okay, maybe you should do your decision now, then I'm going to go with what my brain has been in favor of. Because sometimes you sleep better on something. When you sleep on something, you tend to come to a better decision. At least that's how it's always been for me. I will go sleep with the problem and wake up in the morning with a solution.
Does your fiance get jealous when you sleep with the problem?
Probably.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. I had to throw that out there. I don't know. What's the problem's name? And we'll discuss it then.
We can just name the problem.
Okay, that works. And Joe Bird says, does harming bad people discourage future bad behavior?
No.
No. Just makes them more creative on how to get away with it.
Yeah, it just makes things worse. Yeah.
Yeah. Or they turn around, they retaliate because of it. It's like, oh, you did this? Now I'm going to do this. Watch. Yeah, no.
Although there is technically an argument for it.
Yeah.
I know something. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Alp. I was just gonna say vigilante justice. Then you're saying it doesn't work, but go ahead, Alp.
Oh, okay. So I don't know. It's like something that's a recurring thing that you hear a lot if you live in South Africa is bring back the death penalty because then there would be less crime. Yeah. So like clearly in South Africa we have the perception that if there was more violence, then people would be discouraged. We wouldn't have overfilled what are those things called now again? Jails, prisons. They wouldn't be as full. Although technically they should be whatever word. They're supposed to be there to bring people back into society, to prepare them to go back into society. But it's like they don't do that, so they just get full and full and full and fuller. So if you actually were like, oh yeah, I'm going to chop your head if you do this, maybe people would do it less.
If they're doing it without a head, I'm pretty impressed. That's like the headless horseman, man.
Yeah.
So it's a disturbing concept, and that's a whole nother topic for another night. But yeah, you're right. Vigilante justice, like you're talking. I mean, one of my favorite superheroes, Batman. And if you think about it, he's a vigilante. That's his job. And it's like, it's kind of twisted if you think about it. That's a whole nother level of crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. I was going to say to the investment question, to rein things back to the original question. It was, for me, honestly, I obviously do my own research. But then most importantly for me is I check that with like say 5 to 10 mentors or whatever you want to call them, or equals or peers, whatever, and see what their thoughts are as well, to kind of see like what the general, which I would call them pro traders, are thinking and doing, kind of people I respect, basically.
Yes. Go out to your network. Ask other people, get other opinions, because that's one of the things in life is that I know I don't see all the angles, and there's a lot of them I have no idea. I don't even understand some of them. Like, what is that a foreign language or what? So yeah, CK man, that's one of my biggest. Is always go out, talk to the people that I respect. that I know that are going to tell me the truth, even if I don't want to hear it. And that's one of the best friends to be, is that person saying, "No, man, you just flat ass wrong. Here's how it works, and here's why." And hopefully we'll be able to deliver it in a non-combative way. But sometimes you got to tell people the hard truth, and that's a tough place to be at.
Yeah, that's how you learn. Like, that's it.
Exactly. So, Wild Angel, what are your tricks? What kind of signs do you look for when you're trying to make that hard decision, and what leans you one way or another?
Ultimately, it's what feels right to me. There are times when I have made a decision, and when I look back, I start seeing the signs that were there. The universe set me up so I would have the information or the ability to make the decision I made. But ultimately, it's got to be what's right, regardless of how popular that makes me or not. Serenity, we've made some pretty hard decisions, changing people's places and things, or changing careers. And ultimately, if you follow what you feel is right, if you look back, there's been some signs along the way that this is what you needed to do.
Oops, just throw it anywhere. I had to do it.
Louder than I thought it would be.
He's pretty loud. So, no, you're absolutely right, Wild Angel. And it's one of those where, I think it takes a balance of everything that everybody's talked about up here. Is you get an instinct. First, you get an offer, okay? And then you're just like, okay, should I do this? Should I not? Should I do this or go there? Or what should I do? Then you go with your instincts. Oh, my instincts say I should maybe go more this way than that way. But then it's like CK's talking. It's like, I'm going to run it by a few people I trust that I know that tell me, hey, did you think about this? Did you think about that? And there's always going to be somebody in there like Dylan who says, hey, remember, that time of year, man. Right now is when everything is going to be upside down. Keep that in mind. And so having the network of all these different people with all these different insights is absolutely critical to get through life on a day-to-day basis. And a lot of us don't have that. A lot of people are out there just floundering. It's like, oh my God, I'm going to drown. They don't have that network of people. And that's essentially why Down Home Crypto is here, is to hopefully build that network of people. So whatever you have that's bothering you, whatever decision you're trying to make, you've got somebody here that has some experience or understanding or a lot of empathy to help you work through it.
Yeah.
That sounds heavy. I'm guessing it's whatever Dylan dropped, right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
when I made my first $1 million, what I did was I got it into a solid gold coin. My first million, and I carry it with me everywhere. And I twiddle it in my fingers. I got ADHD. I have to do something, and I would doop, drop.
Of course.
Well, next time, just make sure to drop it where I can pick it up, and I'll arm wrestle you for it. It's okay.
I'll and not realize I dropped it, and then you'll pick it up. Yeah, it's like
Jackpot!
And right there, it's 10 ounces, so it's like what, 3,000 an ounce? That's about 30 grand.
Yeah.
I always wondered why you leaned sideways when you were walking. Now I know why. Okay.
He's got 30 grand in his pocket.
Yeah.
Right. Shit's heavy to carry around, right?
Yeah. If you ever need physical gold, let me know. I actually partially own a gold mine out of Zimbabwe. So I get fine gold, the nines, fine gold, imported to the U.S. Cost me about $500 an ounce to produce, smelt, get it done in Zimbabwe and bring it over and make a $2,500 profit per ounce.
Yeah.
Nice.
You do OTCs? I might have some people interested.
I sell currently a lot to tech companies, believe it or not.
Might have some people interested. Someone reached out to me yesterday wanting to swap Bitcoin for gold, actually. Like physical gold.
Oh, I got physical gold. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I still have to connect with you on Telegram, follow up on that, but we could discuss that.
Well, what's the minimum first? What's the minimum? How much would they love for minimum?
You guys can get the details of this stuff later.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's go to Discord. Let's go to Discord. Let's go.
Yeah. Do that off stage. But and I think that's what's really important is making sure to keep those avenues of communication open because you never know who you're going to run into. Whether it's me running into CK down in Denver or just like right now, CK and Dylan realizing, hey, I've got this friend that needs this and I know this. And so what we're trying to do is build this community, but also trying to help everybody make informed decisions. So we're trying to put this education out there. We're trying to make sure that you have a place to go that's a safe haven for everybody. And just like you saw, if things get out of hand, we got no problem being old-time parents of jumping and say, whoa. Okay, this is family. Let's keep it cool. So Down Home Crypto is always going to be a safe haven for everybody. Even if we don't agree, we can always respectfully agree to disagree.
I've gotten really good at telling people to go F off in a very polite way to where they don't take offense at it. I've gotten really good at that. Or telling people, I don't care. You owe me this. You need to pay this, or I'm going to take your license away in a very polite way. So they're saying, sure, take my money.
Wow. How do I do that?
I need to take some lessons. I just straight up tell someone to fuck off.
Yeah, same here. I just piss everybody off. I'm like, okay.
I've gotten really good at it. That's why my collection rate is so high at work, and I revoke so few people.
Okay. So next week, we're going to have Wild Angel teach us a class how to tell people to fuck off and die without insulting them. Awesome. Dude, sign me up.
Dude, my buddy sent me this sheet on how to say stuff nicely, and then beside it, instead of saying such and such and such, and it goes like, it's in depth. It is really vulgar. So I was like, I thought about printing these all off, and then my office, putting them in all the workstations at my office, and then people will read it and be like, is this guy serious? I mean, it's like 50 different ones. And I mean, it gets worse and worse the further you go down.
Yeah, it's
I can believe
a matter of, my LinkedIn profile says I'm a tax collector with a sense of humor. So it works.
That's an oxymoron.
You would think it was, but when I can get them on the phone, when I have to use the mom voice, they know they've really screwed up. Because when I call them, for the third or fourth time and say, look, do this by here or that, it's because I don't use it that often. I don't have to, because I will joke and laugh and ask about their kids and everything. If I know you that well as a tax collector, that's a problem in and of itself. And so, but yeah, no, I've gotten really good. Swapping everything.
Go for it, Jailbird! All of it goes. So, guys, we're just about out of time tonight, and but I really want you guys to share. So, if there was one sign that you would tell people to keep an eye out for on what's coming in the future, whether it be financial, personal, whatever it is, what would you tell people to stay focused on? At least keep one eye and check back on a regular basis. What would it be? Crickets. I always get crickets.
I guess start. This isn't exactly like a head on the swivel thing, but more so, I would say, enjoy what comes. There's going to be ebbs and flows. Stay balanced. Moderation is key, and enjoy the ups and downs. To be honest with you, there's going to be them, and the best thing to do is stay present. That's what I would say.
Ooh, I like it. Stay present.
And
Very
you don't
important.
enjoy the ups as much if you don't have the downs.
Good point. Okay, Wild Angel, what's yours?
That little voice inside you. And I'm sorry, Serenity, I stole yours, I'm sure, because that's one thing I've learned with you. You know, the world can be screaming around me with everybody with their opinions and you should do this, you should do this, you should do that. But if I just sit and listen for that little tiny whisper, I will do the right thing. It's when it's screaming at me that it's probably not right.
Well said. And yes, you did steal my thunder. Okay, so all quietly back out in the corner. Alpha Man, what do you got for us, buddy? What do they need to keep an eye on?
I suppose I'll add on to kind of what Wild Angel said. Sometimes you just need to take a back seat, relax, take a deep breath, and then clear your mind, and from there you decide where you're going to go, what you're going to do, because that's going to give you the chance to get the shouting out of the way and get the little voice to come in and be like, I got you, bro. Yeah, I think that's something we all have to try to do more often. It's like you really just need to take that deep breath sometimes.
Well said. And no, that's a good one, because, yeah, taking that break and taking care of oneself, that is super crucial to make any progress. So, Dylan, my man, what's your words of wisdom, brother?
Let me see where I'm broadcasting first. Okay, I'm good. Based on my current connections within the current government administration, I highly suggest buying Solana and Bitcoin. Highly suggest it. You will regret it in 6 months if you don't.
Okay. So keep a close eye on Solana and Bitcoin, and if it rings true with you, definitely dig into it. But always do your own research. But we've got a little whispering bird over here, so you never know. It might be the gold mine you've been waiting for.
I mean, we've been putting Solana servers up. We'll just leave it at that. There's some really cool things coming to Solana very soon.
I like it.
Cool.
I like it.
The only thing with Solana is, like, I feel like there's still a potential downside. Like, there's still that potential for Solana to get a little more of a dip because of the state that Solana's in right now. You know, Pump Fund basically crashed out, and there's nothing there for Solana right now, in essence, unless Perps takes off, which is unlikely right now. I mean, Hyperliquid, people are seeing what's happening there, so it's like Solana doesn't have anything right now which is causing the crash. I think there's still a potential for it to go a little further, at least from how I've seen the macroeconomy of Solana at this point. And no, I can't see properly right now. I just didn't feel like looking at clear the whole time.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, no, took your glass off, and I think it's the first time I've seen you without glasses. Like, whoa,
Yeah.
okay, he's blind. I know I can't see my screen if I take them off, which I don't wear them on unless I'm on the computer. And yeah, it's all blurry, so I get you, bud.
I can't use the screen if I don't have mine on, so.
Nope. So there you go, guys. So sounds like keep an eye on Solana and definitely BTC, as we all know, which Cyril highly urged us about 2 weeks ago, last week. We went through the
Anyway.
charts and stuff. Yeah, if you didn't see it, go back and watch it, because, man, he gave you a full breakdown of what the chart's going to do. So for my advice in closing the...
Good at it.
Do what?
And he is damn good at figuring those charts out.
Yeah, he is. And you're right, Alpha. That was a damn good breakdown. Cyril does this really well and has for a lot of years. Taught a lot of professional traders how to do it. So, take these people's advice. They've got connections. They keep an eye on the charts. They know what they're doing. So at least keep an eye on it. Not saying you have to go buy everything today or sell your car to do it. I never advise that. Do your own research. Decide for yourself. But keep an eye on what we're talking about, because, man, something's coming up. And for myself, I highly recommend keep an eye on yourself, your body. Watch the signs. If things aren't making sense, if you're starting to act differently or people are treating you differently, start looking in the mirror. Never be afraid to analyze yourself, because that is where true growth comes from. When you're willing to take those risks to say, hey, I noticed this about me, or I noticed people respond to me this way. Maybe you need to turn the mirror on yourself and really start self-analyzing yourself. Find out if there's something that maybe you should be doing or shouldn't be doing. Like for me, found out I needed to stop drinking Mio Energy, because that was totally destroying my focus. But at the same time, I just thought, well, it's what's keeping me awake and going. And yes, exactly. Drink more water. I agree, Gilbert. That's why I put the stuff in it so I can drink the water because I hate water. But one of the hardest things in this life is to analyze yourself. It's easy to be critical of others, but I urge you, I challenge you to go out, look yourself in the mirror. Not just look at yourself, look deep in your own eyes, down to your soul, and ask yourself, is that what I'm proud of? Is that what I want to be remembered for? And if there's any pieces in there that's not, then clear the wreckage. Go out, take accountability, apologize, try to set it right, and make tomorrow a better day. So that way you are the best version of you could possibly be. So everybody, I want to thank you very much for hanging out with us on a Friday night. We've kind of gone in every direction, but once again, it's what Fridays are for. But stay safe out there. Always network, connect, and if you're looking for a safe haven, hop into Down Home Crypto, ask questions. We're always happy to help on anything you could possibly want to know about. So love you guys. We'll catch you next week. Have a good one. Bye, guys.
Night.
Uh,
Bye.